Hello, my name is Renee Anderson, and I am a junior at Mississippi State University. This summer, I have spent 4 weeks interning at Seeking Creek Land and Cattle in Newcastle, Virginia, as well as in Franklin, Tennessee. I started off at the grass-fed beef farm in Virginia. It consists of over 800 beautiful acres and 90 head of cattle. We strive to produce high-quality grass-fed beef to sell to the consumer. We sell our beef by the whole, half, quarter, or individual cuts. My day at the Virginia farm starts with feeding the barn cats and Lily, a bottle-fed calf whose mother rejected her. After Lily has been fed, I move on to whatever tasks need to be accomplished that day. Every day is different. My first week, the other intern and I were told to go out and survey the farm. The owners, Bill and Tracy Frist, recently bought 400 acres that connects to the other 400 acres they already owned. We were to go around to each property and evaluate it as if we owned it. Tracy wanted to know what we would change and add to make the farm run smoother. By surveying the land, it gave me an opportunity to learn my way around better, but also see why they do things the way they do. We researched NRCS programs for fencing, wildlife preservation, erosion, and improvement of water quality. Tracy has already been doing the federal programs, but she wants to do it at the new property too. We also looked at water, gate placement, hay fields, hay storage, shade, and expanding the herd. We put all of our findings and suggestions into a PowerPoint and presented it at a staff meeting. I also had the opportunity to do other tasks, such as painting fences, moving things to a burn pile, unloading split rail fence, pulling weeds in the garden, organizing barns, running errands, and chopping thistle. Thistle has become a major problem on the farm. We are an all-natural farm and cannot spray it. Therefore, all we can do is chop it down. Because thistle is such a problem, I spent one morning just picking thistle out of freshly cut hay. As far as herd management goes, we would check cows when feeding Lily. We would put out mineral when needed and fly spray the cattle. The fly spray is mixed with diesel to help make the fly spray water resistant and stick on the cows. We would try to spray each cow as well as pour it on the cattle rubs. One of my favorite parts of my internship was moving cattle. The farm manager would ride horseback while the rest of us were on four-wheelers. One time it was just the farm manager and I moving them. It worked out well because the cows just followed the four-wheeler. They associated the four-wheeler with food because that is how they get hay in the winter. Every Thursday we go to the Catawba Farmers Market to sell our beef. We also sell our neighbor's wildflower honey. This month we did a raffle for a box of beef. It consisted of 2 pounds of ground beef and 2 ribeyes. We sold tickets all month, and on the last Thursday of the month we drew for a winner. I thought it was interesting that we wait to slaughter the steers until after the first heavy frost in the fall. After the first frost, the starch in the grass changes, and when the cattle eat it, it changes the way cattle put on fat. It increases the marbling in the meat. Some of the other activities I was able to help with was I was able to help splice a fence and be co-pilot for hauling hay. We produce our own round bales every year. We have more than enough for this winter. We do buy, however, square bales. We also have goats. The goal is to have about 50 goats to clean up our fence lines. We also are planning on getting new chickens in the near future for our Virginia farm. We also have a few cutting horses, both at Virginia and at the Nashville farm. Every morning in Virginia, I would go and watch the farm manager train them. I was able to learn some of the history of the cutting horse industry, as well as some of the do's and don'ts in training. For our horses, we hope to take them to a few shows. Luckily, while I was in Virginia, I was also able to observe a farrier shoe one of our horses. At the end of the day, I would ride up to the pasture and feed Lily. The last week of my internship I spent in Nashville. At the Nashville farm, I was helping take care of the farm while the farm managers were in Texas. We would do morning chores, which consisted of feeding horses, fly spraying them, and putting their fly masks on. We would also take care of the dogs and let the chickens and ducks out. Then we would move on to the projects of the day. We organized and cleaned out a tool shed, chicken barn, and hayloft. During my time here at Seeking Creek Land and Cattle, I learned a lot and had a great experience. The farm crew was very nice and welcoming. It wasn't all work, we had fun too. It was an absolute beautiful place with lots of wildlife. I saw bears, deer, raccoons, groundhogs, foxes, and snakes. The classes at Mississippi State helped prepare me for this experience. I used the knowledge I learned in Intro to Animal Science and Livestock Evaluation. I wish I would have had meat science and animal nutrition, but I feel I learned a lot more without having had those classes.